girl.
Calls every day.
Get you.
And we surveyed the people that are actually participating and playing the game with us and not watching from the sidelines in the stands, but the people on the field. And the lineup that we used today was from the people that were on the field. They wanted to hear this. And I love the fact that every one of you are giving me so much feedback. And I ask you for it every day. I listen. I love negative feedback most. Somebody talked about me, my profanity earlier today, and said, please, I've got a whole bunch of people and do not say a bad word. And I haven't said a bad word because I respect you. And I'm actually going to look at my profanity on the Hair on Fire call and all that stuff, because the last thing I'm ever going to do is have you think that I don't love you, that you don't belong, that you can't trust me. And I don't have any desire to have anybody feel like they don't belong, like this isn't the place for them. And I am doing everything I can to earn you, your respect, you back in this business, not from the stands, not from the ivory tower, but from the field with you. My phone number is 720-840-7222. Call me, text me, tell me whatever you want, anytime you want. And I appreciate that. And the second thing I want to say to you is my wife is absolutely unbelievable. And I love her. She was the one that came up with this incredible piece of paper right here that is insanely good. And basically it is the longevity tear sheet presentation, which was her idea. She rounded up Sean Brown. She rounded up Pamela Schwartz. She rounded up James Moore. She rounded up Mary Ann Niehaus. And she got together in one day. We kicked this out. It's now on the Longevity Go-To app. It is absolutely transforming. We've merged that with Paul and Cheryl, two incredible field leaders with input from Louis Ariaza Scott and Juliette Barduas, Raymond Brown, Harold Davis. I mean, you name it, we are going to make this thing unbelievable. And this little scrunched up piece of paper, I'm scrunching it up more and more.
You need a page protector for it.
At convention, I am going to auction this off. I'm going to get signatures from everybody, starting with Dr. Wallach, all the way through the corporate staff. Everybody's going to write a nice note on the lines on the back, and then I'm going to auction it off to the Be the Change Foundation. Because I am telling you one thing right now, we are one team, one dream. And Brene Brown talks about the people that are sitting up in the stands watching the people dying on the field. And I promise you one thing right now, they don't get any input from me. It's not going to happen that way. Last week you told me you did. We had too many men last weekend when we had all the unbelievable speakers. And I promise you, I heard that loud and clear. And I'm telling you, I am listening to you. When we do the ambassadors coming up, the ambassador product people, I am listening to all feedback of who you want to hear from. Because I am telling you one thing right now, Gordon Hester, the guy that wrote this book right here, he is in Washington, D.C., talking network marketing all the time. And what he says is the field is your biggest asset. The people you work for, the people you listen to, the people that drive your business is your field. And if you can remember your field, you can have pandemics, you can have everything come along. But when they feel loved, they're not going anywhere. When they feel they belong, they're not going anywhere. When they feel they can trust us, they're not going anywhere. And I am telling you, I am committed to be that point person. And I days ago and said, Tom can get on your nerves. Tom has got an edge. Tom is arrogant. He is driven. And if you want to talk to me about Tom, here's my name, here's my phone number. I will tell you about his purpose and his soul, but I will also tell you one thing right now. He's telling you that because he loves you. And I got some feedback a couple of days about cameras, and that's why I brought Denise on. And I'm so arrogant, I want everybody's cameras on. And Denise said, Tom, you are a complete and total jerk. Women are the 80% of this business. And they are the ones that are cooking dinner, cleaning the house. They got a million things to worry about.
Homeschooling.
Yeah, versus being on camera. And you're a jerk, Tom. And I heard that loud and clear. And I haven't said that today, and I've never looked at the camera. I want you to know I am sorry I said that. But had I not had the feedback from a couple of people on here that are in the crowd, and had I not gotten so I sent it to Denise and said, what do you think about this? And that made it about 100 times worse. I am telling you, there's a book called The Tough Things About the Tough Things. And you have to read that book because it will tell you that you know nothing. And if you aren't continually learning communication and communicating with your team, you are going to be obsolete. And I am telling you, I'm listening to the people out there on the field, not the ones in the stands. Am I right or wrong, honey?
You were right, Tom.
Okay, good. And thank you. And happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the incredible mothers here.
Yes, yes.
Coming up with this idea.
Okay, Paul wants to move on.
No, I want to hear from you, Denise, on what you're taking, because we all are dying to look like you, and you must be taking some amazing products to look that good.
You know what? Actually, you know what I'm drinking right now? This is my new little cocktail. This is Z Radical with some sparkling water, like berry flavored water, you know, with no calorie water, like the sugar-free, no bad sugar crap water, but just.
How is it?
It's awesome. So you get a little sparkly, you get a little fucoidin. That's what I'm drinking right now. But yeah, this is incredible. And Louis, what are you drinking? He was going to say something.
Well, can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and my apologies, but before I get off, first of all, again, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Paul. I definitely want to take this moment and just wish all the mothers a beautiful Mother's Day. I saw Denise come on, and Denise is an extraordinary exemplar. She's an example of amazing mother. She looks like she's 21 years old. She builds like an icon that she is. And I know my mom is 90 years old, and she's not in great health. My mother-in-law is 94 years old, and she's still kicking and trying to cook and clean. And this morning we made breakfast for Avelia because, you know, Avelia is just an extraordinary woman. But I just want to wish all the mothers here a very happy Mother's Day, and we love you very much. And I firmly believe that none of us would be here, not just physically, but none of us would be here spiritually and emotionally, because so many of you mothers that pray every single night for us, that you know, my son, he makes us laugh very often, because my mother-in-law, it's like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, and you hear her praying and praying and praying and praying. And she doesn't know much about the pandemic right now, but she sees Avelia and I home all the time. So she'll go into her little bank and she'll whip out a couple $100 to give us. She says, go and buy food, because I know you guys aren't making that much money anymore. and so that's just a mother's heart, you know, and God has blessed us as men and as boys. And he has blessed the world with just this phenomenal creature called a mother. So for all your moms and mommies and mamacitas out there, have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Mother's Day. And I hope and pray that you are celebrated the entire weekend.
All right, let's get this show on the road and move this thing down the highway.
Wow, Cheryl's got some flowers. Jeez. Where'd you get those? Look at those.
Mom of the year.
Wow.
She went to the church and took them from the funeral.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Man, look at that. That's
my husband and my kids.
Oh, I love peonies.
Yes, I wish I was an attorney. I can't afford that big of a bundle. It's crazy.
All right.
Back to you, Paul.
Stay on schedule, Sean. Take it away, buddy.
Yeah, Sean's got another deal for us.
I do. Let me just throw up the photo here so everybody knows what I'm talking about. There we go. All right. So you know these 3 Hemp FX products very well. They all serve a different purpose. They all contain high quality CBD, but they're also focused on specific things, right? You have the Hemp FX Soothe, which is a pain reliever and is fantastic. We use it every day in my house for various things. You have the Hemp FX Uplift, which is a mood stabilizer, really great for a lot of different things as well. Hemp FX Relax enhances and sleeping and helping you to calm down as well. All 3 of these products are on triple QV right now. So you go to hempfx.com and you can buy them there, or you can get them in your back office. So let's rock and roll. Back to you, Paul.
Sean, that's so amazing. You're giving me all these great deals today. Like, I love these hemp products that we have here. Little relax, little soothe. Yeah. So let's move on. Oh, well, first of all, I have something big to say. So I think this is the first time my mom has seen me speak like on a Zoom. So she figured out how to use Zoom. So everyone say Happy Mother's Day, Carol. And if you're wondering how I became the way I am today, it's because of my mom. And she just gave me a lot of love as a child. And I owe everything to her. So
I'm crying. I love you, Paul.
Yeah.
Woo!
She's an amazing woman.
Mrs. Croto. All right. Good.
So, okay, we're going to move on to another amazing woman, Dr. Joanne Conaway. Really great friend of mine. We've become super great friends, actually. We moved from the world's foremost authority of the liver detox to the world's foremost authority of digestion. Dr. Conaway talks about digestion all the time. And, when I first got here to Longevity, I'm like, wow, this woman talks about digestion a lot. And I really, over the years, have come to understand that our digestive system is everything. You've got to get your gut right first. And she kept on telling me. And we came out with some amazing products. We've always had the Ultimate Flora and the enzymes and the Nightly Essence. I've been taking that for 7 years now. And then we came out with the I-26, which I know she's super passionate about. But now with the microbiome, the ultimate gut supplement is, if you're not taking the microbiome, you're wrong. I mean, it is just the best product, our best add-on product that we have here at Longevity, bar none. It is unbelievable. So I'm sure she's going to talk about that. Dr. Conaway actually has a very unique perspective on medicine and healthcare. She actually started her career as a nurse. She earned her bachelor's degree in nursing like a few years ago. She was also in the military. So she's a retired lieutenant colonel, believe it or not. I'm spending 20 years in the Air Force. So thank you, Dr. Conaway, for your service. I always love people in the military. They have extra special people. So thank you for that. She's an internationally acclaimed speaker, author, wrote a couple books. They're unbelievable. And she's got over 40 years of experience in the healthcare industry. She does calls every single week for the company on different health topics. Every single week is another topic on Tuesday night. And she has another program called Ask the Doctor, where you can come on and ask her anything because she knows everything. She's Dr. Wallach's crusader and really great friend of mine again. So Dr. Conaway, welcome to the program.
Well, Paul, thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here. And first of all, happy Mother's Day, Carol. I'm so glad that your mom is able to see you do this. That's pretty amazing. And certainly happy Mother's Day to all the other mothers out there. And special thanks to Tom for putting this together. Tom and Denise, you have done an amazing job over the last several weeks. I've been able to be on some of the presentations, and you're just knocking it out of the park. There's nothing more to say except you're amazing. So before I get started, I want to share a little bit about me. Many of the people on this call don't know me. You don't know why I came to Longevity, why I do the things I do. So I'm going to take a few minutes and share that information with you because it kind of helps people understand that this isn't something that just happened on a whim for me, okay? So go back to, first of all, 1996, 97, right around there. I heard Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And I have to tell you, I was like blown out of the water excited when I heard that cassette. I came running home to my husband and I said, you have got to listen to this. And his comment was, why is this information so exciting to you? Well, now let's step back just a little further. Late 1970s, early 80s, we were first learning in the medical world that we could keep people alive who could no longer eat by mouth. We had to do this, giving them the nutrition that they needed through the intravenous level. Now, back then, we knew that people needed carbohydrates. We knew people needed proteins. We quickly learned people had a basic need for essential fatty acids and had to come up with formulations that would actually deliver these fatty acids in an IV form. But more specific to Doc's message and listening to that message on the cassette was the message about minerals and trace minerals. Oh my gosh. Because when I worked with these patients, we didn't know minerals and trace minerals were so important to people. And one of the things that we learned was the body has a basic need for many minerals and trace minerals. Molybdenum, manganese, copper, selenium. We knew that the body needed calcium, magnesium, and potassium, but we had no clue that these other things were so vital and so critically important. So when I heard Doc's message and I heard him share the importance of the minerals and trace minerals, I came home and I said, you have got to listen to this. This guy is right on. I know exactly what he's talking about. I take care of patients in the clinical setting every day that have mineral deficiency diseases. He's right on. So we started taking the product that was represented by this cassette. And about 6 or 8 months into that, my husband said, are you seeing a big result? And I said, I'm not seeing a big result, but I have to tell you that his message is right on. I'm not going to stop taking these products. Well, as fate would have it, about 2 weeks later, my husband got an email blast talking about Dr. Wallach's own 100% plant-derived colloidal minerals. And he said, will you look into this for me? I thought we were taking Dr. Wallach's minerals. Well, come to find out, we were taking minerals from a company that had pirated Dr. Wallach's tape. The minerals we had been taking were not Dr. Wallach's minerals. We started taking Dr. Wallach's minerals, and within just a couple of weeks, started to see amazing benefits. Now, fast forward a few years, I had the opportunity to finally meet Dr. Wallach and spend time with him, and it was amazing to me because my concern was about my son who had been born with congenital hypothyroidism. And so I asked Doc, I said, can you tell me what I did when I was pregnant? I had him very late in life, but can you tell me what I did when I was pregnant that maybe gave him this as a congenital defect? And he said to me, he said, when you were pregnant, did you drink well water? And of course, I'm from the city girl. No, I didn't drink well water. Thank goodness my husband was standing right there next to me. And he said, what do you mean? He said, we lived in Parker when you were pregnant. And Doc immediately says, Parker, Colorado. And I said, yes. And he said, the soil in that area has some of the highest level of nitrates in the country. And if you were drinking well water all the time you were pregnant, that is the reason your son has congenital hypothyroidism. Blew me right out of the water. I'm like, oh my gosh. So needless to say, I have been with Doc. I have worked very closely with Doc. I have sat in for Doc on his radio shows. I have spent a lot of time with Doc. And one of the most impressive things that he helped me with was my son, who, when he was 2, developed a horrible ear infection and strep throat. It took 3 rounds of antibiotics to get rid of the infection. During that 3rd round, he developed horrible diarrhea, was very sick. I knew enough to get him Lactobacillus acidophilus. We started him on that. He got better. But subsequent to that, he developed a horrible eczema. I'm not talking about a mild case of eczema. This was eczema down his back, on his bum, behind his knees, in the bends of his arms, under his arms, in his scalp. He had horrific eczema. And of course, now at the age of 28, he hates that I tell this story, but it is so much a part of why I focus the way I do on the digestive system. When I took my son, who lived with this condition for 8 years, no matter what we did, when I took him to Dr. Wallach and another naturopathic friend of ours, the first line of questioning was, has he ever been on antibiotics? And so I shared that story, and they came back and said, this is the deal. You killed off all the good, healthy bacteria in his gut, and you never replaced all that good, healthy gut bacteria. Now, this child was sensitive to wheat. I did not realize at the time the importance of gluten and staying away from gluten. He was sensitive to dairy. If he ate anything that had dairy, that dairy would cause him to have what I call a flare, which means his eczema would get much worse. And so in the course of that conversation, the recommendation was to take him off all dairy and to take him off all wheat and to start him on probiotics. I started him on those probiotics, and as God is my witness, within 3 days, his eczema that we had worked with for 8 years was so much better, I couldn't believe it. And within 5 days, the eczema that had lasted for 8 years was gone. That blew me out of the water. I'm like, there has got to be something to this. And I then, and this is, he's almost 28, so we're talking many years ago, okay? He had all of these issues and all of these problems. Fast forward the 8 years in his life to now when he's 10 years old, and we could change all of that in a matter of 5 days. Are you kidding me? So I, needless to say, started to study the gut and study the digestive system. And I saw Alex made a comment a few minutes ago. Just say it. She talks about the gut. Absolutely, I talk about the gut, because what I have learned over the course of all of these years is if your gut is not healthy, you're not healthy. If your gut is not healthy, you cannot absorb all of these amazing nutrients the way they're designed to be absorbed. So, having gone through all of that, I have focused on the digestive system. And anyone who knows me, you know that I start out telling people good food, bad food list, because I personally feel that the most important thing with respect to digestion is you've got to give yourself clean, healthy food. You keep giving yourself gluten, and you keep giving yourself genetically modified foods, and you keep giving yourself all this trash that the body can't break down and utilize. Not only are you not digesting much of this, but you're also damaging the rest of your body. So from my perspective, we start with good food, bad food list. And then I firmly believe, and Paul shared it, I firmly believe we have got to fix the gut. And when we talk about fixing the gut, in my opinion, the only way to really fix the gut is to do a gut protocol. Now, I have done a gut protocol for many, many years. Many of you had done my gut protocol, but fortunately for us and for this amazing company, we now have this product called Microbiome. Microbiome is an amazing product. For me, I love it because it does all of the things that my 20-day protocol did, and then some. This is such an amazing product. And when we talk about the gut, and we talk about trying to understand the gut and trying to make sure that people understand the gut, we think about the things that we know about the gut, okay? And our current understanding has changed dramatically. Everything that we thought we knew about nutrition and digestion and immunity and metabolism and brain health, that's all changed. It's all changed because we're now understanding that our gut is linked to all of these things. Small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Many people don't even know what that is. I call it SIBO because the people who trained me called it SIBO. Some people call it SIBO. Some people say it's SIBO. I don't care what you call it. Small intestinal bacterial overgrowth is a significant issue and a significant problem and a major contributor to irritable bowel syndrome and to all of those things that we consider digestive issues. But when we look at the digestive system and look at the impact of the digestive system on our overall health, one of the things that we know is not only is the gut responsible for breaking down the foods that we take in, but that digestive system is responsible for the function of everything else in the body. You can go out there now and there's research on the gut-skin connection and the gut-AFib connection and the gut-kidney connection and the gut hormone connection. And it just goes on and on and on. And it's because what we've learned is the gut impacts everything. It certainly does impact our immunity, but it impacts so many other things. When we talk about the gut hormone issues, Dr. Ariaza just a few minutes ago talking about all those hormones, you know, when you talk about the digestive system, you have to include the liver, and he's absolutely right on. The liver has to be clean. But I also believe that it's so critically important to make sure that your gut is digesting properly. So our ultimate microbiome product is amazing in as much as it provides prebiotic, probiotic, postbiotic, all of this support. It supports everything. It's got a specific probiotic blend, which we need. Those of you who heard me talk, you know I hammer home probiotics endlessly. It has that I-26 hyperimmune egg powder. Amazing product. Richard mentioned that product. I can't tell you how in love with this particular product I am because it has taken us light years ahead of where we used to be with respect to a gut protocol because it helps to clean out the bad bacteria for us. It is so important to get rid of that bad bacteria. This product also has an amazing multi-enzyme complex. I can't tell you enough the importance, and anyone who's done my 20-day program, you know I speak to the importance of enzymes with meals and between meals. This particular product has an amazing multi-enzyme complex. So it is designed and specifically formulated to optimize our gut ecosystem. Everything that goes on in the gut actually is something that speaks to what goes on in the rest of our body. Now, some people will say, what are postbiotics? Never heard of postbiotics, okay? It's interesting because this is something relatively new, but they're metabolic byproducts of probiotic bacteria, and they seem to be responsible for those beneficial effects of probiotics. So why wouldn't we want them? And we have them in this amazing product. We know that these postbiotics also may provide protection against the harmful bacteria. So now you have postbiotics and you have the I-26 both working in concert to help with the fight against the bad bacteria. So this particular product provides the holistic gut health properties not found in any other product. Inulin is in this product. It's a soluble plant fiber. It's a prebiotic. It helps to feed the probiotics. It has L-glutamine, which is an amino acid that helps to increase blood flow to the gut. It has a proprietary blend of medicinal mushrooms. Wow. It's got reishi mushroom. We know that great antioxidant properties of reishi mushrooms. Lion's mane, also great in terms of antioxidant properties and immune boosting properties. Cordyceps, you know, cordyceps has been researched as an anti-aging for many, many years. It has that probiotic blend. It has 7 different strains, both lactobacillus strains, bifidobacteria strains. Very important because lactobacillus works in one part of the digestive system, bifidobacteria in the other part of the digestive system. And patents for helping with reduce inflammation, helping to increase gut flora. All of these things are part of this dynamic product. And it has fructooligosaccharides, okay? They travel through the small intestine. They help to promote the growth of our healthy bacteria. So all of these things are part of this amazing product. And I personally can't say enough about it. So to recap, it's specifically formulated to optimize the gut ecosystem. Every one of us needs to be taking this product. It stimulates the growth of that good, healthy, beneficial bacteria. It helps to support healthy digestion, making sure that the things that you take in are more easily digested. It helps to promote immune system health, boost your mood, promotes the relief from seasonal allergies, promotes skin health, healthy weight loss, sleep patterns, hormone function. All of these things are a part of this program. So when we look at this particular product and we look at it in terms of our overall health and the benefits that it provides, it is amazing in as much as it takes what I was doing with my 20-day protocol and kind of takes it to an everyday maintenance level. The 20-day protocol was designed for 20 days. In 20 days, usually we can help to support a digestive system so that people start to see benefits. People start to see amazing results just by supporting a healthy digestive system. And so for 20 days we do that. People seem to feel better. They seem to sleep better. All of these things happen and they don't even realize why. It's kind of one of those things where, yeah, I'm taking these products and I'm feeling a whole lot better. I'm not quite sure what the connection is, but seems to be working. So I'm going to keep doing it. And so they find in that 20 days that they're sleeping better. They have more energy. The products that they're taking seem to be working better. And it's because they're being absorbed better. They find themselves no longer craving sugars. They find themselves in a situation where they can eat 3 healthy meals a day. And that's it. They don't need to be munching all day long. They don't need to be looking for those things that they're craving all day long. They're not going to have those cravings because if they're taking the 90 nutrients and taking the extra minerals, which I always insist on, those cravings are going away. Dr. Wallach has taught that to us for many, many years. But those cravings start to go away. And it's because all of these products are being better absorbed and better utilized. But then we take it beyond that and people say, oh my gosh, I don't have my aches and pains anymore. I've taken the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack for several months, but now all of a sudden, after 20 days on your program, I'm seeing significant benefits. And again, that's because what we've done is we've helped the inside lining of the digestive system repair itself, and now things are being absorbed better. You know, a lot of people will say to me, what about that gluten thing? You know, I've eaten gluten all my life and gluten doesn't bother me and I don't get the symptoms associated with eating gluten. I'm going to tell you, every single one of us is sensitive to gluten, and for all the reasons that Doc has taught us. When we talk about gluten, it disrupts and destroys the inside lining of our digestive system. Gluten has got to be out of your diet. Genetically modified foods, the same way. We have got to get rid of them. They have got to get out of the diet. Sugar, the same way. It has got to get out of the diet. You clean up the diet. You do a protocol that helps to reestablish a good, healthy gut lining, and you will be amazed, absolutely amazed at how much better you feel, how much better your products are absorbed, how much better you sleep at night, and whatever your system issue was, chances are real good we can correct that system issue within a very short period of time. And then just take that Ultimate Microbiome product from now on and you're golden. So thank you again so much for having me. This has been a delight, and I look forward to the rest of the speakers this afternoon. Thank you.
She is the greatest. And the fans of Joanne Conaway, Victoria Barron, Lorene Williamson, I mean, she has got a following that is so incredibly loyal. It's unbelievable. I've known Joanne, and I want to say one thing. I want to say two words, one thing. Earlene Downey. Just
Don't make me cry, Tom.
she brought you into this business. She was the toughest old cob you ever want to meet in your life. She died working and smiling in longevity, healthy as they come. And she brought, you know, she's the person that found Joanne Conaway and brought her to this game. And I will always love Joanne, always love Lorene. And thank you, Joanne, very much.
Thank you, Tom.
Unbelievable. Yeah, true